So good afternoon, students, and I want to welcome you all to this platform where we are taking GST 104 use of library. This is our second week, and as you all know, we are trying to see how courses, the university can deliver courses to students via Moodle platform. And for the past 3 weeks, this is the training we've been going through. And I'm glad to tell you that the university is recording major successes in this regard. Presently, as I'm talking to you, there are over 150 VLEs. When I say VLEs, I mean virtual learning environment that is going on. And this similar training is going on by all academics in National Open University of Nigeria. So this should serve as my welcoming address. The next thing on my agenda is going to be introduction of the participant. So I'm going to unmute all of us, and then when I call your name, you tell us your name, and then maybe the state you're from, and that will do. So I'm going to unmute all of you now, and once I call your name, please tell us your name and the state you're from. So let me. Giving me the GGC here, so it's taking me a while to. So, Madam Jamila, let's start with you, please. Can you tell us your full name and the state you're from?
My name is Jamila Hassan Adamu. I am from Katsina.
Thank you very much. We'll now go to Peace, Madam Peace. Please, you have to unmute yourself first. Unmute yourself first.
My name is Peace Okori. I'm from Castina Study Center.
Thank you very much. Yes, Malam Usman, my Oga in the house. Please unmute yourself.
I know Rich. Okay,
Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Yes, sir. My name is Usman Abdullahi. I am from Niger State.
Thank you very much, sir. And then Malam Adamu, you can unmute yourself.
Yes, my name is Adamu Abdurrahman. I am from Katsina State, the ICT officer, Katsina Study Center.
Thank you very much, sir. And now, Madam Cynthia.
My name is Cynthia Ogoina from Katsina State.
Thank you very much. And then last but not the least, oh, sorry, second to the last, Ajara, please, go on. Ajara, please unmute yourself so that we can all hear you. Ajara, can you hear us? So we'll go to the next person before Ajara finds our audio. Then Saidu Dahiru, we've not seen this person's picture, we've not seen his video. But thank you all. Let me meet all. Yes. So thank you very much. Let's look at our agenda again and see the next item. Can you see the agenda now? So we've done welcoming address and we've done the introduction of the participants. We shall now, in just 2 minutes, try to look at the last video I have uploaded on our site. If you look at the video, it was talking about the services you can get in the library. And majorly, we said there are 2 major services in the library. We have the technical service and the reader service. From our notes, we made mention that the technical services are behind the scene. Just like when these people are making movies, you don't get to see how they dress, how they act, how many times they will have to, shoot a scene before it becomes acceptable and included into the movie. That is exactly what the technical services are. they are done behind the scene by the professional librarians. And I'm glad to tell you that we have one indefatigable librarian in the house, Malam Usman. He's been a trained librarian for so many years, and he knows what I'm talking about. So the technical services, as we made mention, include cataloging, classification, accessioning, updating the database, and what have you. And then we have the second tranche of the services, which is the reader services. Just as the name implies, reader services are those services that provide a contact between the reader or the user or the patron or the client with the library. In essence, they are the services that a user can access when he walks into the library. And we made mention that reader services are run upon technical services. That is to say, if you don't have technical services, you can never have reader services. So technical services are the backbone, they are the bedrock upon which reader services are implemented. And we made mention of several reader services that are available in libraries, depending on the nature and the type of the library. But generally speaking, some of these libraries are, some of these services are common to almost all libraries. And this includes circulation services, where you can walk in and borrow books. There is reference services where you can ask a librarian specific questions. I'm sure Malam Usman knows what I'm talking about here. And then there is current awareness services, which tries to bring to the attention of the user any new arrival that has been acquired by the library. And then we also have selective dissemination of information, which is a specialized services that tries to identify the individual interests of the user and alerting them on such whenever there are new arrivals in the library. And then we also have reservation services, which allows multiple users to use limited copies of information resources in the library. And then, of course, there is interlibrary loan, whereby a library can go to a sister library and borrow part of their collection so that their users can have access to them. And then we have referral services, just like when you go to a hospital and they cannot treat your they cannot treat your maybe illness, they refer you to a secondary or tertiary facility where such services can be obtained. And then we have user education services, just like this course we are doing, which is use of library. It tries to inculcate in the student the skills required for effective use of the library. So this is about all the topic we discussed this week, that is library services. And I want to tell you we're about to exhaust our agenda. The last thing remaining, I think, is question and answer segment. I want to note the arrival of Malam Jamil Yusuf and then another person praying singles. I don't know who that person is. But let's now move to our last agenda, question and answer. So if anyone has any question, please, you can raise it up. You can raise up your hand and then I can meet you so that you can ask. Any question, Madam Cynthia? Question, please. Madam Okori is trying to ask a question. Please unmute yourself. You can unmute yourself now.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, you were a bit fast about mentioning the types of services we have.
Yeah.
So on a note, all, how many are there in number? Because I was not able to get all. So how many are there in number? All the services we have.
Okay. Any other question besides that one so that you can take them in one stroke? Any other question, please? So let me respond to what Madam Okori says. She asked a very good question, that how many services were we talking about? We are talking about two major services. We are talking about two major services here, the technical service and the reader service. Now, under each of these services, there are sub-services. They are like maybe Techno and Infinix, the same company, but they offer different products. But when you go under Techno, there are several products there. Maybe Pogo 10, Pogo 11, Pogo 12, and what have you. And when you go to Infinix side, there are other products that you can find there. So majorly, broadly speaking, we have two types of library services. The technical service that are performed by the trained librarians and the reader service that are the services accessed by the reader. And under each of these big subheadings, there are several other subheadings under them. When you refer to my notes and watch the video of my lecture, I'm sure you will understand what I'm talking about. Any other question before, because we are running out of time now? Any other question? So no question. Our next meeting is going to be on Thursday, and the link will be sent to your email on Thursday morning before the time. I want to appreciate each and every one of you that find the time to be here. Thank you very much and have a lovely evening. I remain Salisu Shamul Bala, your facilitator for this course. Do have a lovely evening. Bye-bye.